大丈夫なぜって今週のヒロアカアニメレビューしに来た Hello everyone and welcome to this week's episode of the Hero Academia Anime Review. I say this week's, it is the first time I'm uploading a video, hopefully many more. Just finished the episode fresh and here to give some thoughts, a little bit of Japanese, some cool things that were in there, and some cool points on it. This episode will power me by this cool snack I picked up today. Ueha's Choco. Wafers chocolate. Loads of these things, loads of different animes. There's Demon Slayer, there's a few other ones in there, Dragon Ball, all that kind of thing. They usually have a nice little bit of chocolate and a random sticker. Let's have a look what it is today. Okay, let's get the fun bit out of the way. Here's the chocolate. They don't lie. It's wafery and chocolatey. What I expect out of a wafer choco. Oh my god. Can't even make this up. I'm matching, you guys. See this? I should just stick this. Oh my god. Yeah, it kind of matches. Oh my god. Kind of. That's amazing. I'm really happy with that. I am very happy with that. That's my favorite, guys. All Might. The intro to the video was a shout out to All Might as well. Let's get all this lovely wafer out my mouth. I don't think I've ever said that phrase before. I don't think I ever will again. Depends what next week's snack is. Episode 109. Episode 21 of this season. And it's a bit of a unique word. Not a standard phrase. Pronunciation double-checked through watching the episode. Sairin Sai. So Sairin Festival. The first sai and the last sai sound the same, but they have completely different meanings from the kanji. The first one means again or revive, and the last one means festival. You will see a lot of festivals in Japan, especially over the summer period. Sadly, not this year with everything that's been going on. You might have read some stories about that, but something sai will mean something festival. Loads of different kinds. One popular one that you guys are probably familiar with already without knowing is Bunkasai, the cultural festival at school in Hero Academia quite a few episodes ago. That's a thing in Japan. There are cultural festivals all over. It's a lot of fun. I've attended one or two myself. You go around, the students, it's mainly a student thing. They make different events, they make up different fun games, horror rooms, loads of kind of things. That's really cool. But that last sai there is the same sai here, festival. Dissecting that, you've got sai, which I talked about earlier being festival. Sairin actually means second coming, as in the second coming of something in the religious context. So there seems to be links to religion. And this also links a little bit to a character we'll introduce later, Geten, and his name and what that means. If you watch it again, near the first half, when you get the chance to watch it, they do say it, and they being the Ino Kaihogun, the new, I don't know, they're not villains, because you've got the Biran Rengo, the villain side, and you've got these new people, the Liberation Army, the Ability Liberation Army, perhaps. That's what we'll go for that. I'm sure there's an official translation out there, but that's their name. And we've got a lot to talk about with those guys this week. It's really ramping up. I know a lot of people had different feelings about the anime up until now. Personally, the third fight, the one with Ida-kun, right? That was such a good moment. Tetsu, 4 tetsus, right? That's his full name. Tetsu. Each kanji being different. I thought he was cool before. Man, solidified, no pun intended. My love for the character. And Ida-kun as well was so cool. He did so well. Oh, that fight. I can't go through it right now. So good. Really, it's the best one by far. Come on, guys. The best one by far. The last one with Midoriya pushed the story forward a lot. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We'll talk about this week. The Inokai Hogun. One of the characters says to the villains near the beginning of the episode, the name of this episode, Sairin Sai. So we'll hopefully find out a little bit more about that. So we have a bit more of the new, I don't want to call them villains, I don't know what to call them, the new Liberation Army, let's call them. They have been announced prior to the anime starting, the voice actors are a big thing here. And for those, well, anime connoisseurs as it was, you might have recognized one of them. I know I did. I recognized it a few episodes ago when he came. So the character Redestroy redestroy, redestoro. Redestoro, ne? Maybe redestroy? Maybe that's his English name, I'm not sure. Redestoro. He is voiced by Hirata Hiroaki, who is also the voice actor for Sanji in One Piece. Another fun fact, in the movie that just went by, Zoro, One Piece's Zoro, was the voice actor for the main villain. So yeah, One Piece taken over. We were introduced to a lot of the characters, I think all the characters that were announced before in the Inokai Hogun. So we have the leader, we've seen him a few times, Ridestoro, we've seen him a few times already. We had the person who I believe said Sairinsai, who is Trumpetto. We saw a bit of him, and also a considerable chunk of the latter half of the episode, maybe the main event, if you will, with Toga versus a new character here, Curious, and which you could tell from the episode. She asked a lot of questions, she liked interviews, she wanted to know more about Toga. That was so cool. The first bit was like, okay, but when Toga started fighting and you saw her half face with her half eyes, I thought that scene was really good. Very cool, nice animation, good style. It was great to know a little bit of Toga's background as well, seeing as we haven't really had a lot of action with her recently. We had another member introduced versus Dabi. That was a pretty cool mini fight there. And this guy's name is interesting. This guy's name is Geten. So it's written, the two kanji, hopefully it's on the screen now. It's written as outside and ten. So ten can mean kind of like a scripture or a book. Seiten is the Bible, the holy book is the Bible, literally holy book Bible. So ge is the reading in this particular case of the first kanji outside. So overall it means outside of the scriptures, which is a really interesting name, right? Outside of the kind of, be it religious scriptures or something like that. Very interesting name. I wonder if we'll get to find out what that means. A lot of the time, especially in Hero Academia, there's a lot of meaning behind the names in a very clever way. And I'm really interested to see this. Looking at the, well, who knows? I'm getting a kind of, I'm getting a kind of Deadly Sins feeling, right? You got the skeptic, you got someone who's curious, you got someone who destroys, you got someone who's trumpet, loud, gluttony, maybe not gluttony, and you got someone who's outside of the scriptures. So who knows what that could be, but very cool. I like this voice actor. I like this guy's, the Ice Guy's Geten's voice actor. It was a very smooth, calming effect. I think it matched the character quite well. Like, you didn't really care so much. It set the scene well. It stood out. Its calm nature stood out against the fight. And Dabi's also quite calm, I'd say, as well, a lot of the time when he speaks. He knows what's up. He's on top of the situation most of the times you see him. You don't really see him in shock, or rather frustrated or not knowing what to do. So I thought it was a really cool matchup right there. And right at the end, we had Skeptic. So it seems like they did introduce this Kosei at the end. Seems like he can manipulate things, create things, kind of thing. And what was really cool is I like Twice. The Twice, that guy there. His story's so cool, right? His story is really interesting, right? He can recreate himself many times. This was ages ago, but long story short, recreate himself many times. They had an all-out brawl with each other, and he's not sure if he's the real one or not. That's really fun. I really like that idea. And I really like listening to his Japanese. Everything he says, it's pretty much the polar opposite of each other in every sentence. It's like, she's dead, she's alive. She's gonna live, she's not gonna live. What do I do? Really interesting character. I'm looking forward to where he goes with that. What was another really cool point about the Toga fight is that she could use the ability of the person she's changed into, which was great. For a half a second I was like, can she do that? I don't remember if she can do that or not. And then the anime confirmed. Yes. Oh my god, she could do that? Wow. Okay. And also, another villain extending his abilities is Tomura. He was tired, really, really tired. One of the other villains commented, well, Tomura just swiped off a bunch of people, just swiped. And one of the villains noted that, did I see things? Like, he took out people that he didn't touch, even. And that's the first time that's happened, so everyone's kind of leveling up their abilities, which is great progression. Two cool Japanese points I found in the episode, both of them including Tomura. When he's about to do that attack, he goes, Nemui, Nemui. Usually it's Nemui, sleepy. but the way he said it is nemi. First time I've seen it written like that. He must have been really tired. And also one really cool phrase he said is 体がバグっている. So my body is bugging out. バグっている is usually used to talk about like a program bugging out or a game bugging out. And it's really cool because the first bit of it is katakana, used for foreign words. And at the end of it, it's hiragana. So it's kind of trying to make it into a normal verb. There's lots of different occasions of this. This is one of them, to bug out. Gugutteiru would be another one, to Google. So they've made that into a verb. Go Google it. Gugutteiru. Similar style here. Bagutteiru. So it's a cool phrase if you want to talk about a game bugging out that you're playing, a program's bugging out, you can say that. But he uses that word in an interesting way, saying that his body is bugging out. Talking about different sensory bugs, hearing things, seeing things. Oh, this is what being sleepy is like. Very interesting. Really enjoyed it. Loads of really nice and interesting, not only story sections, but action sections. A really well-balanced episode, if I may say so myself. So on a side note, speaking about the intro and the outro song, the intro is done by arguably my favorite band, Man with a Mission. If you haven't checked them out, I highly recommend checking them out. They've got wolf masks on, they've got two singers, both sing in English. Surprisingly, I don't listen to so much of the outros. Well, I do, but I don't like so many of the outros for Hero Academia. They're okay, but nothing special. I really like the outro for this season. It's a nice feeling, the voice really pierces through the song, and I really enjoy it. And the ending is by someone named Sakiyama蒼志, and it is called嘘じゃない. Literally translated, not a lie. This is not a lie, and I really like it. Go check it out, and let me know what you think about that song as well. And the last 2 points. So as usual, we get a preview to next week's episode. I really like how the ending has kind of got a villain style, art style to it. That's very cool. I think it's similar to the manga. Around this time in the manga as well, the cover, it says My Hero Academia, but the villains try and cross it out and say My Villain Academia, which is kind of the theme going into this part of the season, which I am really enjoying. I really like things like that. So next week's episode is called Sad Man's Parade. That is not translated. It was literally Sad Man's Parade. So it's probably to do with twice. It showed a lot of twice at the end as well. I don't know if it's being broadcasted where you guys are, if you're watching it outside of Japan. But at the end of the episode, you wait, there are a bunch of adverts, usually about Hero Academia, usually about the intro song, the outro song. So the anime DVD for Hero Academia, the movie, usually that's a pattern, maybe something about the game, Bandai Namco's in there as well. And then it does a really nice section where the voice actors try in English to say a phrase, which I love. It shows how they're trying. I wait every week to see what phrase they pick and which character does it. This week's was this guy's. It was this guy. It was this guy's. And it was, "You can be a hero." That was his phrase. I really love All Might's voice actor, and I believe it was his birthday recently. お誕生日おめでとう、三宅健太さん。Nani? I really enjoyed that voice actor. I believe it was his birthday recently. Happy birthday if that's the case. お誕生日おめでとうございます。And his rhythm was great, and I enjoyed listening to it a lot. One of my favorite phrases up until now, it's a different voice actor every week, but Mineta, our purple bobblehead friend, is it's just so funny. I like chicks. I like chicks. I was just taken aback. Whoa. I really enjoyed it. The voice actor went right in with that one. They really enjoyed it. They didn't just, I like chicks. No, they went in with that one, which was great. I wait every week past the adverts. They've got me watching these adverts, which I see every week, just to wait for that little 5-10 seconds of fun. I hope somehow you guys get to see that. Maybe it's on the end of whatever way you're watching. A quick summary of the episodes. We've got the Ino Kaihogun, so it's introducing those characters a little bit more, the kind of liberation of abilities army. It's going through those characters a little bit more in depth, so we get to know more about them and their kind of interaction with the villains, what's going on there. We get a little bit of background with Toga, very little bit with Twice, a cool mini fight with Dabi as well, but I would say that Toga took the main stage this episode, really pushing forward the story in terms of all different angles. And that's a quick summary of the episode. So that's it I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought of this kind of style, this kind of episode. Hopefully there was a good balance of the story and maybe something new in terms of Japanese and the links between Hero Academia and the Japanese used, perhaps in character names or cool phrases. See you guys for next week's episode. Take care. I believe it's called Believe. I should widen my vocabulary.